Valley Club, in this video, we got two brand new promo codes. We got another one from this weekend that was supposed to expire, but we're gonna try it anyway. And it is Monday, so we're gonna go and answer all of your questions from the mailbag. And if you're ready for all of it, you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button and let's go smash it. And welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you like the announcement for the Insidious 6, the next tech raid team coming in Marvel Strike Force. If you haven't checked out that video, check out the video from earlier today. But in this video, we got two brand new promo codes, another one that was supposed to expire that may still work, and we're answering all of your mailbag questions. If you get some value from the video today, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you know as soon as a brand new video goes up. At least 5 pieces of Marvel Strike Force content every single week on this channel. But first things first, let's talk about this promo code. Now, this one was the one from this weekend. I did not see this one until now. My alliance mates even posted about it, but as you may or may not know, I was on vacation this weekend. Spent the last weekend away out of town with my family before they start school and do all the stuff. So missed this one. So we're gonna try to see if this one still works. Like I said, it's supposed to expire at 2 o'clock this morning. So let's do this one and then we'll go with the ones that were just announced. So August counts. Not sure what this was for, but let's go and try to enter this. Again, this was supposed to be expired, but let's try this one first. And yeah, it's invalid. Okay, so that one was not supposed to work. I was just checking if it did work, but we got two brand new promo codes here. Milestone 3 and Milestone 4 rewards. And this is Summer Boost. Now, there's a bunch of extra information down here that we'll go over afterward. But the first one, Summer Boost. Let's go back in, clear out this August counts, and enter Summer Boost. And oh, we need to wait 120 seconds. Let's try this again. And let's see if it works now. Next one, and it got redeemed. Is that 3,000 into what the heck? It is, is this 250,000 gold or is it 2.5 million? It's 250,000 gold and 3,000 into what is this? Is this right? Jeez, this is I thought it was 2.5 million. This is a very weak code, Scopely. What the heck? Let's go into the next one. Next one is August Challenge, all one word. Again, these are supposed to be expiring 2 days from now. So Thursday, August 14th is when these are expiring. Let's clear this out, redeem this, and my decimal point, Jeff, were you at work on these codes again with this measly amounts of stuff? Let's enter this one. Hopefully it's something a little better. August Challenge. Hopefully we waited 120 seconds. Let's see if this one works. It does work. Oh my goodness, is this worse? 4,000 intel. Woo! In the money, guys. You could buy fragments of Gear Tier 20 pieces in there. And what is this? 300,000 gold. Oh my goodness. Man, the generosity of Scopely with these codes, guys. Thank you so much for these gifts. I'm super excited. And you guys can claim these as well. Let's go back to the counting corner though, because there's a bunch of other stuff that's happening. So our Hellfire Hard Mode community challenge is still heating up. Counter 2,500, receive milestone 5 and decrypt your next community code. And if you go to 40,000, what it says, you get 50,000 antimatter. I wonder if these were supposed to be 40,000 and 30,000. I don't know. This seems very, very weak, guys, as far as these codes. But I don't know. That 50,000 antimatter is cool, but this stuff, what the heck? Let me know if you already claimed these codes or your hype level for these codes. As we move forward for your mailbag questions of the week, and big shout out to everybody that left a question for this week's mailbag video. If you want to leave a question for a future mailbag videos, make sure you join Discord. We did just clean up a bunch of stuff on Discord, so hopefully no more spam. A few new moderators as well helping out with the page. But yeah, leave your question here if you want to get your question answered. And before we get to this week's questions, I want to give a shout out to Mongo, who pointed out one of the errors that I had in last week's mailbag. Someone was asking about this search for Gear Tier 20, this new campaign available on Extreme 1.6. I didn't know what that was. I thought maybe it's a new campaign. Well, thank you for Mongo pointing out. No, It is the last campaign on Professor X. I missed that one as well, but thank you for pointing that out. Hopefully it didn't cause too much confusion, but eventually I guess we are getting a new campaign, just not anytime soon. Right, have 34,000 power cores saved up, and I pulled a 6-star for Azazel. Should I try for him a 6 red star for Azazel? Should I try for him, Rachel, or Sebastian better as a plug and play? Now, as a plug and play, I'm not sure. They all have some advantages. Azazel is going to be more of a cursed character outside of the raids with the cursed team. Yeah, he's going to be with their cursed team. Cosmic Crucible, that's where his additional value is gonna go. Rachel Summers, kind of the same thing, but she's gonna be on the Immortal X-Men for Cosmic Crucible. And Sebastian Shaw, while he doesn't really fill any specific roles, he has a stun on his basic, which Rachel Summers can spread. So as far as who has the biggest plug and play value, it's hard to say at this point. I haven't really tested any of these characters on the test server, but my guess would be Sebastian Shaw. I also think that Rachel Summers spreading negative effects on the enemies, I think that's a great one as well. So I guess we'll have to see. A lot of them don't have specific callouts to the raid, so I do like their kit. But what I'm gonna do as far as my power core is probably gonna use it for Sebastian Shaw. And my rationale there is if you have Azazel and the reworks of Emma Frost and Madeline Pryor, you still can't beat the whatever the new raids is gonna be. Same thing if you have Rachel Summers. So you have 2 of the new characters, Rachel and Azazel. You have Emma and Madeline, still can't beat whatever the newest raid is. But when you have Sebastian Shaw, a team of 5 usually can beat the raids. And that's kind of how these current raid teams have been. Now, I know some older teams you have been able to use plug and play characters like the Extreme X-Men still in the Chaotic Storm raids. You could take out Cyclops, put in Old Man Logan, and they're still viable in the current raids, even though they're an older raid team. That also happened for the bio raids before the Thunderbolts came. You could use the Hive Mind in there, taking out Venom, putting in Super Skrull, still being able to smash the most recent raids. So while you do plug and play characters with older raid teams, with current raid teams, they usually want you to have the full 5-piece team because that's how they're going to sell the characters and make their money. So that's a long way of saying I don't think they're going to be very viable in the raids until Sebastian Shaw gets here. So I'm gonna wait for Sebastian Shaw. But as far as your plug and play option, I think it actually might be Sebastian Shaw as well. Maybe I'm putting too much weight into that basic stun that he has, but I'm feeling that Sebastian Shaw. So that's my answer right now. But obviously my answer is based on the raids, but I also think it's gonna be based on plug and play. If you guys have some differing opinions about who's the best plug and play for the Hellfire Club, let me know in the comments. Goal for all average cost for new characters is about 8,000 cores. Yeah, just for the unlock, I would agree for that. And that's what I did for the Fantastic Four MCU. But however, if you want to get some of these milestones, they're usually capping it at 5 stars for these characters. So that you should be able to get 5 stars with these 35,000 cores. I'm thinking double of the 8,000 should get you there. Maybe, especially if you get some good draws. Maybe not if you get some bad draws, but 16,000 is what I'm guessing for 5-star characters. I don't know, maybe that's being a little too generous, but yeah, if you could go for all, cool. If you're just going for the unlock, you got all that resources there for you. But if you're just trying to get them big, one character, I think it would go with Sebastian Shaw still. All right, hey Valley, how's the summer? The summer is going well. It is officially over today though. We had our last family outing this past weekend. This because the kids are going back to school tomorrow. So this is actually the last official day of summer for me, but it went well. We had a bunch of trips. We had a family reunion. We had a nice time with the kids this past weekend. It was a good summer. A lot of things happened. I hope you guys had a great summer as well. And I hope your summer is not ending tomorrow like mine's, or my summer is pretty much ending today. All right, my questions are, will the Undying team be the team for Age of Annihilus Chapter 4 since Zombie Kestrel is coming in October? I am not sure if they're going to count that for a Nihilus team or not. For the teams that they've counted for Quasar, it was full team releases. I'm not sure if the Omega Red Phoenix Force was released before the Quasar announcement. I think it was before the Quasar announcement, so I don't think it counted for that or would have counted for that. We do know that we're getting another member of the Undying. I'm kind of feeling that they're not going to count towards this chapter though, but I don't think it's been said unofficially in any of the Envoy calls that I missed, and I definitely don't think it's been said officially what's going to happen with that team. So my guess would be no, but again, that's just a guess. I don't have confirmation if there will count either way, but I don't think that it will, but that's just kind of my feeling. Let me know if you have some differing opinions on that in the comments though. But does Battle World 2 excite you more than Battle World 1? The answer to that, definitely yes. So back before they released Battle World, probably about a year before they released Battle World, myself and some of the other envoys went to Scopely headquarters or their LA campus. I'm not sure if that's their main headquarters, but we went there and they talked about Battle World. It seemed very fun. Then about a year later, after a bunch of delays, we got that into the game, and while it had a few of the elements that were described to the envoys, it wasn't as fun as a lot of us were expecting. It is kind of a disappointment when a lot of the content creators played that on a test server. So I'm hoping a lot of the things that was described to us, a lot of the fun that I was expecting from Battle World 1, hopefully that does get introduced to Battle World 2. They said that a lot of things didn't make it into Battle World 1. They want to have a lot of that in Battle World 2. So I'm excited for that. Hopefully it's a fun game mode, because Battle World 1 right now is pretty much auto and collect your rewards, at least for myself and my alliance. Maybe it's a little more of a challenge for mid-game players. I don't think it's designed for beginner players, but I don't know. It's kind of a disappointment as far as the fun factor and everything like that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Battle World 2 as opposed to Battle World 1 now. Although my hype level for Battle World 1 before it was introduced, before we got to test anything on the playtest server, was pretty high. So I guess if you look at it from that perspective, the pre-hype, it probably was higher for Battle World 1. But Battle World 2, I'm very much looking forward to it. Since Battle World 2 is coming, will there be a Battle World team? I'm thinking definitely 100% there will be a Battle World team. I'm not sure if that was announced officially or anything yet. I do know that Ryan Jacobson said that the Astral team, the current Battle World team, was designed to be Null, not necessarily designed to be Sentry and Void. So we're gonna have a new solution to Sentry and Void, or we're just gonna be banging our head against the wall trying to get shards for Sentry and Void, and then maybe later on there'll be a team. But I think either way there should be a team. So the answer should be yes, there should be a Battle World team coming. Obviously plans change, everything changes. A lot of times that even when things are announced officially, things still change. So when things are kind of discussed and not really officially announced, obviously they can change. Valley, hope your vacation was fun and relaxing. It was definitely fun. We went to a water park though, so I'm not sure how relaxing that was. We're going from ride to ride to ride in the sun. It was very worth it. It was very fun. I'm not sure how relaxing it was though, but it was great spending some time with the family. I know you don't need them, but get dark promotion credits seem crazy. To get them seems pretty hard. I could use 40 to 50,000 to get red stars, 10,000 for my super scroll alone. Even with battle pass, it takes a long time to get any. Are the devs aware? Thanks, Hulk Fist Mammoth. So the devs, as far as their awareness, yes, they are aware. And I think the reason that these have been made almost obsolete at this point, yeah, you need it for your red stars, and then so you can eventually put those diamonds on the characters. But I think what they've been doing with all these events is just trying to get these red stars out of the community. And I know in the latest Strike Spot episode, Ryan Jacobson was saying that he wanted more red stars distributed for Quasar. He was a little disappointed with how many red stars they distribute for Quasar. So I would think that they want to get more red stars out, which is why they're including them in events. And maybe they're not compensating the older or newer players that want to get some of these older, red stars They need to increase the amount of dark promotion credits that we're getting from that. So actually, I take that back. Maybe they did forget about newer players, mid-game players that don't have all their older characters at 7 red stars. So yeah, maybe they did forget. I will mention that to them, ask them that question, because it was a strategy, but maybe it's too punishing for newer mid-game players that weren't playing all those years. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to mention it to them. Hopefully they distribute more of that to the community. I don't think older, longer time players need it as much as players that are coming out before they were stopped distributing those all over the place. Valley, I hope you and your family is doing well. What characters would you recommend for Professor X global gear 20 areas? So this is what I brought / am bringing to Dark Dimension or Professor X Saga. So city section, this is what I brought: the 2 Night Stalkers and 3 of the, what are their names again? The Vigilantes. Man, they're like my favorite team, and I forgot their name. The Vigilantes, not Hit Monkey, but we brought Punisher. Punisher is great. He has a lot of damage. He's pretty cheap as well. So for Dark Dimension, what I like as far as my requirements for that is I want characters that are either really cheap to bring in, or they're going to be really great in Dark Dimension, or they're great outside of Dark Dimension. Now, Professor X Saga, because you have to 3-star it, and you can't just chip away at it like you could have Dark Dimension. It's a little different. So if they're cheap and can beat the Professor X Saga with the 3-star, they're great. And in this case, Punisher fits all 3 of that. So he's great in this saga. He's great in the raids with the Vigilante team. He's great outside the raids in the Vigilante team as well. And he's still cheap. So this is who I recommend for city. Villains global. There may be some better teams, but this is who I brought just because of the Gear Tier 20 pieces that I had. We have some different origins here. We got Mutant in Omega Red Phoenix Force. We have some bio characters in the zombies here. And then we have some old tech characters in 2 Orcus characters. So kind of a weird team here. I'm not sure if I would go with this and use as much bio now that we have the Fantastic Four. I did this before we had that Fantastic Four MCU in the game. I might switch this up a little, but this is what I did and this is what worked. For Villain Cosmic, this is what we went in with. We went in Null, Shadow King, Endgame Thanos. Gore was a little bit of one that I think, actually, we did Hero Global first. So let's go back to Hero Global, then we'll come in. Because Gore, I think we could switch out because he is bio, and we're not bringing as much Fantastic Four MCU because of that. As far as the Hero Global, this is what we brought. 3 Liberty characters, Jean Grey and Emma Frost, MCU. This team worked pretty good. I'm not sure, and I think if people are trying to build this section without the Liberty, just because Liberty is more of a war team. If you're not into war, it seemed kind of wasteful to build them up. But yeah, this is who I brought. Now, as far as this Villain Cosmic, I think I still would go with Mephisto, Endgame, Thanos, Null, Shadow King. I already started Gore when we had the Fantastic Four announced, so I kept building him. I was like, all right, I'm going to bring Gore, and then we had the announcement of Fantastic Four. I'm like, shoot. All right, so Gore I would switch out, but this is who I brought. They beat that section pretty easily. I think the hardest section actually was this Hero Global section. So I don't know, if you're seeing other players beat this without Liberty, then you could use that team. But if you haven't seen anybody or have any screenshots of anybody beating this section without Liberty, I would hold off on really investing in these characters. Now for Hero Cosmic, you need Lalandra. Odin is one of the best characters in the game still, even with his counter of Professor X in the game. Even with Franklin Richards in the game, Null's still one of the best characters out there. So Lalandra and Null, I think, are 2 characters that you need to bring in. Obviously, I would want full Fantastic Four MCU, but again, they're all bio, and I put some bio gear into Gore. So what I'm doing, Quasar is almost done. 1 more piece for Quasar. Howard Duck is almost done. 1 more piece for Howard Duck. And then I need 2 pieces for either Franklin Richards or 2 pieces for Havoc. And either if I get the bio pieces first, Franklin Richards is going in. If we get the mutant pieces first, Havoc is going in. So this is who I brought previously, and this is who I am bringing. Only Lalandra and Odin are done right now. All right, I'm back to the mailbag questions. In terms of recruitment and the current state of the population, isn't it poor etiquette for the recruiter and recruitee to give the Suffering Alliance less than 24 hours notice? What are your thoughts? Yeah, that's always not a good thing to either kick someone from your alliance with less than 24 hours notice. That's happened to me before, and it's upset me a lot. Like, it's gotten to me in real life before, but also it's not good to just leave your alliance. like with less than 24 hours. Now, when you kick somebody, so alliance leaders, it's a little less obvious because when you kick somebody, alliance leaders, they probably know they're going to kick somebody and have someone lined up to replace them. Whereas if sometimes when you're leaving, sometimes you have that planned. Sometimes life gets in the way. So I guess it depends on why they're leaving. If it's just life getting in the way, like, oh, I don't have time to play anymore. Oh, I'm done with the game for a little bit because I'm too busy, or I don't feel like playing anymore. Sometimes that stuff happens. And if that is the reason for you leaving, then it is what it is, man. Because life, I think, is way more important in Marvel Strike Force. And if something about life gets in the way, take care of that first and then come back to this fun game that we're trying to play for fun and entertainment. But yeah, if you know beforehand, you should give your alliance more than 24 hours notice if you're leaving and everything like that. It's best just to communicate, let everybody know, but sometimes things don't go as planned. So I would say that, yes, it is very poor etiquette, but sometimes things happen. And at the end of the day, it's just a game. It's just a game. I know it sucks for rewards and stuff for at least a week until you get into the swing of things with your alliance or they get into the swing of things with you. But at the end of the day, it is just a game. All right. Hey, brother Valley, I hope all is well with you. I'm stuck in the Professor X Saga 1-4 city section. My team is Blade, Oath, Punisher, Silver Sable, and Daredevil Modern. So that is the exact same team that I brought. So we know that team works. I'll keep getting taken out of second wave. Do you have any suggestions or tricks that I could use to beat this? No, thanks again. Now, unfortunately, I was trying to find footage of this. I could not find my footage of this. I'm not sure if I uploaded it or not. And as I went to see what the actual waves that are dropped, we go to Professor X Saga on the Marvel Strike Force website. We have 3 nodes here. We have the hard, we have heroic, and extreme. Maybe I'm not navigating this right, but if I look at hard, all I see is cosmic gear 19 requirements. Nothing about the city section here. So I'm not sure if I'm navigating this wrong or this is just set up wrong. We go to the heroic section, same things here. Just upping the requirements, cosmic and villains gear tier 20. Nothing about the other sections, just the cosmic section. We go to extreme here. It's exact same things. Cosmic and hero, yeah, so even if we go to this first one here, it is not the right stuff here. So this is not working right. So if we go into the game here, we could see the characters that we're beating, but not when the actual waves drop. Let's go in, and is Gladiator the city section? Yes, Gladiator is the city section. So as far as the extreme nodes, 1-4, these are the enemies that drop. I'm not sure the order that they drop because, again, it's not listed on the website. Either it's not listed or I'm just not navigating it right, but I can't find it on the website. You see the Gore, we see the Miss Marvel, we see the Medusa, we see the Thanos Endgame, we see a bunch of these characters, and I'm gonna guess, because I don't remember when the next wave drops. I'm guessing that these 6 or 7 characters are the initial wave, and then either Kahori's in that wave or she's the first one to drop for the next wave. So I think maybe we slow play it a little. We have a big AoE with Oath. We have a nice strong ultimate with Blade. Punisher has a nice AoE in his ultimate as well. So does Silver Sable with her ultimate. Very, very strong moves. You might not want to use them all on the opening wave. I would try to slow play this a little and maybe opening with Blade and Oath's opening and then saving the Punisher and the Silver Sable. Silver Sable's ult is very, very strong. So you want to save that for the right time. If the opening wave is stronger, use it on the opening wave. If the second wave that drops is stronger, use it on that one. And the good thing about the Professor X Saga, if it doesn't work, you're not losing any energy. You could just keep reattempting it until you find a strategy that works. But I think that would be my best tips. Try to watch the cooldowns. Don't use them all on that opening wave. Save some for the second wave, especially if the second wave is what's giving you problems. Save a few of them. Try some different combos, and that would be my recommendations. If any of you remember that city section 1 for Professor X Saga, when the waves drop, what are some strategies? Let me know in the comments, because honestly, I'm struggling to remember it. Hopefully you guys did get some value for this video, got some of those promo codes, got some answers to your mailbag questions, and we might need many more promo codes if those are the kind of promo codes that we're going to be getting rewards from. But If you did get some value from this video, check out some of the other videos on the channel. And if you want to see the only 10 teams that you need to win in Marvel Strike Force right now, check out the video up there. Now, the time of the video was made, we did not have the Insidious 6 announced yet. They're going to be replacing the Orcus team. So when you see everything I say about the Orcus team in that video, just whenever the Insidious 6 is in there, replace that Orcus team with the Insidious 6, but those are the only 10 teams that you need right now in Marvel Strike Force. Have a great rest of your day, Valley Club. Hulk fist bump. ValleyFlyin out. Take care.